Yeah, guys, today's another beautiful day, and I would like to, share with you information that would be helpful to you, especially to immigration plan. Yeah, today we'll be talking about how you can move to Australia. I mean, the simplest way possible to move to Australia, and I can say the fastest way possible to move to Australia on a permanent residency basis. So I'll be sharing with you information concerning this visa, how you can apply for it, the eligibility requirements, and the information you need to know the scores you require for you to be able to apply, and all of that. So, if you follow up my channel carefully, you notice that I've done a lot of videos on how to migrate to Australia. So you can see this is my Australia playlist. I've got about 34 videos together for my Australian playlist, and you can see the different videos I've dropped on how you can move to Australia. So that means that I've been able to get a lot of experience, when it comes to applying and immigrating to Australia, and also for permanent residency or education or wherever. But today, I'll be talking about permanent residency program and how you would be able to achieve this without any challenge or finding it very difficult, because I'm going to drop all the information that you will be requiring to be able to achieve this. Okay, so that makes your life much easier, irrespective of your career, whether you're a teacher or you're an artisan like a carpenter, electrician, even a chef or a butcher, or you are an engineer or a medical doctor, a nurse, a professional. So this opportunity is for all of you. So I would just like you to, stay calm and follow up this program. But one of the things I would say is that if you are below 45, then you have an opportunity for this. If you are above 45, you won't be able to apply for this. I can actually say 44, because you should ensure that you don't top 45 before you apply for this visa. So 44, you can lodge in your application, and hopefully that will be fine. There are a number of things that are very important. You need to achieve at least 65 points for you to achieve this visa, or to be able to be eligible to apply for this visa. And for you to achieve 65 points, I'm going to show you how this is done. But anyway, I have a video. So we have talked about how to calculate the points and how you could actually move to Australia through this visa. So if you also follow up, you're gonna see that there is a video on this. Let me see if I can just fetch it for you. Just a moment. Cheap ways, Australian fastest pathway, and all of that. So, and I will try to drop this the link in this video just right here. Yeah, this Australian PR Made Simple, your complete step by step process has that. There is also, yeah, this also I talked about it in this visa, and I think there was a video which I made only for point calculation. Yeah, this is it. How to perform point calculation for Australian PR visa. So this is just specific for that. Okay. So you need to have at least 65 points, and part of the things which you should be considering is your age, your English language proficiency, your education level. Okay. Of course, you have to do your credential assessment, and that in Australia you have to do with an Australian body which is responsible for whatever course you might have studied. But this depends on if you're a graduate or what did you study. Then you have relative in Australia or not, or you're an interpreter, recognized interpreter registered, and all of that. So those are all the things you need to know for you to be able to become eligible, to apply for this visa. Okay. So, and that, I think 65 points, anyone can easily get it once you get all this information, which I will be dropping. But just make sure you are below 45 years of age. So all of this information would be helpful to you. So, well, I will take you to my screen, to give you more detailed information on this. So today I will be telling you about Visa 491, which is the skilled work regional visa. Okay. And I will show you all the things you need to know about it. Yep. So you can actually move in as a main applicant or even as subsequent applicant. Okay, so but then there are information you will need to know about it. Number one is that this will allow you to stay for an initial 5 years. Okay, and the processing time varies whether you live in Australia or out of Australia. If you live in Australia, is quite longer, but if you live out of Australia, you can process within 4 weeks. Yeah. So, and for this visa, for you to come, you must be nominated for you to be able to apply for this visa. So I'll just take you through the eligibility criteria. So you'll be have to be invited. So you have to lodge in an application in Skills Select in Home Affairs through Skills Select. Then when you do this, they will invite you the region which you've decided to, to apply to. Will nominate you. You can also apply to all the regions, right? So when they nominate you, then you'll be invited to lodge in a formal application, you know, for you to get these visas. Then the age requirement is about at least maximum of 45 years. Okay, you should have a suitable skill assessment. And skill assessment depends on which occupation you're pursuing or you have. Okay, then you must score at least 65 points, like I said earlier on. And you also need to have an English language proficiency. That will help you. For example, if the benchmark is 6.5, if you have a 7.5, you are going to have a higher score. Okay, if you have a 7, you're going to have a higher score. Then you also need to meet the skill requirements. You need to meet the skill requirement for that visa. Then you need to meet the health requirement. You have to go for medicals and also police character certificate. Okay, and you have to, um, yeah. So those are major things you need to know for you to apply for this visa. Okay, yeah. So now I'll just take you through what your point calculation could look like. So now we are talking about skilled work regional visa 491. So can use this in their website. I will just put in some first information to show you. Then age, let me assume. See, depending on your age, if you're within 18 but less than 25, your score will be low. But within 25 and 33 is the best score. Then the next score is within this. So I could say I'm 25 years of age. Let me use 25. And let's talk about your English language. So let's look at it. Let's say that you have superior English. Okay, superior English at least is from 7.0, right? I hope so. Or 7.5? Yeah, I just forgot. So versus skill employment, say if you've already had work experience, say at least 8 years. Like for me, I have over 15 years. So, but let me say at least 8 years. An Australian employment, I don't have an Australian employment. I don't know if you do. So you can say less than one if you don't have. If you have, fine. Then, what is your highest education level? Let's say master's degree. But for these guys, bachelor's and master's is the same thing, so you can just select bachelor's degree. Unlike in Canada, master's degree give you additional score. Okay. Yeah. Do you have at least one degree, diploma, or trade qualification from an Australian education institute that meets the Australian study requirement? If you have any, you say yes. If you don't have, you say no. Don't put in what you don't have. Okay. Yeah, so you go down again. Do you have a master's degree by research or a doctorate degree from an Australian education institution? If you have, you say yes. If you don't have, you say no. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Have you been accredited as a professional level, paraprofessional level or above, certified at the certified professional level of or above, or have a community language credential for interpreting or translating by the National accreditation authority for translator or interpreters. If you don't have, you say no. If you have, that will give you some score. Okay. Do you have at least this is your study in regional? If you study in regional Australia, you say yes or no. So you can just say no. Then partner. Now your partner, you can just get a score in English. So does the partner has a score in English language which meet up the eligibility? You say yes. And also, if you think she can or meet up, or he or she can meet up skill criteria, you say yes. For example, if you have a partner who can also do what is it called, skill assessments, then did you complete the professional year in Australia? You say no. Nomination. Have you been nominated to or sponsored to apply for a visa? You say no, not applicable if you have not already been applied, if you have not really applied. So you can see that this is giving us 90 score. So 90 means a lot, okay? Yeah, 90 means a lot. That means that you might or you are most likely to get invited at once. So because you have superior English, you have 20, and your age is the optimum, you have 30. Your work experience, you have 15. Qualification, you have 15. From your spouse, you have 10. If you had said only English language, you have 5. That would still be 85, which is very high score. So that is 90. So with this, you will get invited immediately. Most likely, you will get invited immediately. So that is it about this program. So if I come down, maybe I should have browsed out this before now, but let me just use Google to browse out. So down here you can see all the skills which you can use to apply for this. You can see they've got about 690 items. Okay, so all of these skills are eligible to apply for these different visas. So you can check out the skills, both actors, dancer, actuary, blah blah blah, advertising managers. You can see there are so many of them. I won't actually go through them, but I'm just trying to show you aeronautics engineer, aeroplane pilots, agricultural and agri-tech technician, agricultural consultants. So you can just go and search for your skill. Let's say you're an educationist, you can just come here. Instead of going through all this, you can search for education. Or even teacher, you can use the word teacher rather. Let me use the word teacher, okay? That will be more specific. Teacher. So you can say art teacher, private tutor, dance teacher, drama teacher, early childhood teacher, middle school teacher, music teacher, primary school teacher. So you can see all of that. So if you want, you can change it to engineer. Myself, I'm an engineer, so I always love to search and I love to use that word, engineer. So you can search again. So you can see aeronautics engineer, agricultural engineer, aircraft maintenance engineer, same mechanical, structural aircraft maintenance engineer, biomedical engineer. So you can just see all of that. So then you can go through it. You also see the body that accreditates any of the organization. Okay, let's say mechanical engineer. Okay, mechanical maybe in another place. So let's say electronics engineer. So you can see Engineers Australia is responsible to accredit engineers in Australia. So you have to click up here to see engineers in Australia. See the Institution of Engineers Australia. This is their website. Okay. Initially they were called Engineers Australia. Now they are called the Institute of Engineers Australia. Yeah. So their website remains the same. So you can go there and see their requirement to for you to apply for skill assessment. Once you do your skill assessment and you have your English language proficiency, then you can lodge in an application. Okay, you can create a profile in Skill Select and lodge in your application. So that is it for today. So guys, I will wrap up here, but I hope that you will remember to like my video and also to share it to your friends and those who may need it. Thank you very much. Cheers.